welcome back to a new episode of the Drunk Chef. Today I'm going to make a marinated flank steak salad and on the side some cumin rubbed french fries all on the barbecue. Should be good. Okay, so first we need to make a marinade, of course. I'm going to put in 3/4 cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup balsamic vinegar. To that I want to add about 1.5 tablespoons of fresh thyme. Going to also add in about 1.5 tablespoons of oregano. Gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I'm gonna add 3 cloves of garlic, a bit of salt, of course some pepper. Gonna mix that together. So I got my flank steak here. It's about 1.5 pounds. And what I'm going to do is just pour half of my marinade over top of it. There we go. Rotate this a few times. Okay, what we want to do now is let this sit in here for about at least 4 hours. You could do 24 hours as well, would be even better. Obviously the longer you let it sit, the better. So what I'm going to do first is parboil my potatoes. This is probably the biggest potato I've ever seen in my entire life. It's almost the size of my head. I'm going to cut it into spears and I'm going to then put it in the boiling water for about 10 minutes. Parboil, as you probably know, just means to cook it a little bit. We want to cook it for about 10 minutes in the boiling water so when we put it on the grill it's already kind of cooked. I suck. Okay, here's my rub for my potatoes. What I have in here is I have 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and some salt and pepper, and I'm just mixing this together. I would have shown you as I mixed it together, but I forgot to hit record, so tough luck. Okay, my potatoes done, so I'm just going to drain and dry these a little bit. So I'm just going to pour a bit of olive oil in here. Give it a bit of a, I think I should use a big bowl. And then what I want to do is actually put my rub on here. Wow. Okay, I've got a grill here that's at medium high. I'm just going to spray it with a bit of pan. And I'm going to put my potatoes down. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to move these over. Some are being a little more crispy than I want. That's charred. So I've got my grill here on high heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this over high heat for about 10-11 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to give this a bit of a flip here. That looks great. Now the flames for the most part are okay. It's not a big deal if it flames up like it just did. It's the oil, of course, hitting the flame and flaming up. If you keep the lid down, the flames usually die away. If not, you can have a little spray bottle of water. It'll move the meat off the grill or whatever until the flames die down. But in this case, I don't mind a little flame. It's going to add some char to the meat, and it's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is just open the lid back up and add some of this marinade that I made earlier that I left over and add it on. Okay, this is all done, so I'm going to take it off the grill. Looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let my meat rest for another 5 minutes before I cut it into pieces. And I'm just going to put a little more of the marinade on it here. It smells great. It should be nice and pink when we're done, like not raw, but like rare-ish, rare, medium rare. Of course in the ends will be more medium rare, but probably rare through the middle, which is perfect. Okay, so while my steak finished resting, I'm going to just make the salad for this. I've washed some romaine lettuce leaves. I'm just going to give these a bit of a chop. To that, I'm just going to add a tomato. I'm not going to bother seeding this tomato. Usually I would, but I'm not going to today. going to take some Parmesan cheese here, and I'm just going to add some curls into the salad. I'm going to take my marinade that I had, give it another stir, and just use it as a bit of a dressing over top of the salad. So what we want to do now is cut our flank steak. I want to save that juice, that's good, that will go over our salad as well. The thing with flank steak is you have to cut it very, very thin, as thin as you possibly can, and you also have to cut it against the grain. I think you can still kind of see the grains that go this way. That's grain, so you want to cut it like this, as thin as possible on an angle. Then it won't be chewy or that kind of thing. Okay, but you need to cut as thin as you can. Use a really sharp knife. Okay, so all this is done, I'm just going to plate it up. Basically take some of my salad here. I'm going to take some of this beef and just put it over top. Just add a couple of my french fries, and then it's pretty much done. That's a little trick. Presentation, not so much today, but it's going to taste great. And there you go. Enjoy.